NFPA 70E, Standard for Electrical Safety in the Workplace, Article 360 addresses the maintenance and testing of electrical and electronic equipment. Section 360.2 covers the scope and application of this article, focusing on safety-related work practices for qualified personnel involved in maintenance and testing. Prior to starting any maintenance or testing, Section 360.4 requires a risk assessment to identify hazards and determine necessary control measures. Energized electrical work, according to Section 360.8, should only be performed when necessary and when it's impractical to de-energize the equipment. If energized work is unavoidable, 360.8a stipulates it must be performed on equipment designed for such work or on energized conductors using appropriate techniques. Section 360.8 ATWO mandates the use of personal protective equipment, or PPE, rated for the voltage and potential incident energy at the work location. Suitable protective equipment and tools must be used as per Section 360.8A3 to prevent electrical contact, ground faults, and electrical arcing. Adequate space for safe work is required by Section 360.8 Warning signs and barriers, according to Section 360.8 must alert workers and others to energized electrical work. Safety protocols, as outlined in Section 360.86, must be established and followed when working on or near energized electrical equipment. Section 360.10 addresses busbars and terminals, stating in subsection A that busbars, terminals, and other exposed live conductors must be shielded or guarded to prevent unintentional contact. Section 360.10a requires exposed live conductors to be labeled with their voltage and polarity as appropriate. When working on energized busbars or terminals, Section 360.10 ATWO emphasizes that special precautions must be taken to prevent electrical contact and arc flash, including the use of appropriate PPE tools and procedures. Crucially, Section 360.10A3 states that energized busbars and terminals must be de-energized before removing or installing plugs or connectors. Therefore, according to NFPA 70E, specifically Article 360.10A3, it is required to de-energize busbars and terminals before removing or installing plugs or connectors. This is a safety measure designed to prevent electrical contact and arc flash incidents, which can have serious consequences because of the high levels of incident energy involved. While wearing a flame-resistant, or FR, suit can offer some protection against the thermal effects of an arc flash, it does not completely eliminate the risk of electrical shock or injury from the pressure wave generated by the arc. De-energizing the equipment before doing any maintenance or testing on live busbars or terminals is the safest approach. To reiterate the key points, firstly, a risk assessment must be performed to identify potential hazards. Secondly, energized work should only occur if de-energizing is impractical. Thirdly, appropriate PPE tools and procedures are essential for energized work. Fourthly, and most importantly, busbars and terminals must be de-energized before removing or installing plugs. One must consider the potential hazards of arc flash, which includes firstly, thermal burns, secondly, pressure waves, and thirdly, electrical shock. PPE mitigates some risks, but de-energizing eliminates the hazards at the source. Working on energized equipment requires strict adherence to safety protocols, including firstly, proper training, secondly, the use of insulated tools, and thirdly, maintaining a safe working distance. Following NFPA 70E guidelines ensures a safer working environment for qualified electrical workers. When assessing risk, it's crucial to consider all potential hazards and implement appropriate control measures. Control measures should include firstly, elimination of the hazard through de-energization, secondly, engineering controls like insulation and barriers, thirdly, administrative controls such as safe work procedures, and fourthly, PPE as a last line of defense. Electrical safety is paramount in any workplace where energized electrical equipment is present. Consistent training and adherence to safety standards are essential to prevent accidents and injuries. Therefore, Always energize busbars and terminals before removing or installing plugs or connectors to comply with NFPA 70E and prioritize worker safety. Furthermore, consider the broader implications of electrical safety within a facility. Firstly, regular inspections and maintenance of electrical equipment are critical to prevent failures and potential hazards. Secondly, comprehensive safety training programs should be implemented to educate workers on the risks associated with electricity and the proper safety procedures to follow. Thirdly, emergency response plans should be in place to address electrical incidents, including procedures for shutting down power, providing first aid, and contacting emergency services. Fourthly, electrical safety audits can help identify potential hazards and ensure compliance with applicable standards and regulations. And fifthly, promoting a strong safety culture throughout the organization can encourage workers to prioritize safety and report potential hazards. Finally, remember that electrical safety is a shared responsibility involving everyone in the workplace.